Hey, it's Pastor Dan from Dexter Gospel Church with another Proverbs Practical. Thanks for watching. We're now looking at the second of the dangers that the father is warning his son about in Proverbs 23. In this case, the pursuit, the lingering, the addiction to alcohol. So his counsel for someone who's affected that way by alcohol is in verse 31 of Proverbs 23. He says, "Look not thou upon the wine when it is red, when it gives his color in the cup, when it moves itself aright." So what's with all that description? It's just a poetic description of wine and why it would appear so appealing to someone who was addicted to it. It's poetic because it has an appeal to the person who is inclined to linger long at it, that are devoted to it, that pursue it. And if that's his temptation, then Solomon says, avoid it. Steer clear. Don't hang around it. You shouldn't stare longingly at it, contemplating it. If you will avoid its contemplation, you can avoid its pursuit. Because what you think about obsessively becomes what you act upon uncontrollably. So he says, don't be staring at it. Don't be sitting there looking at it thinking, boy, that looks good. The problem is that its danger isn't immediately obvious in its appearance. The wine might look good, especially to a drunkard. It might seem appealing to the person who wants to drown their sorrows. It might look like a good time to the young man who wants to party. But that appealing look hides a danger to the person who feels compelled to linger long at it or to go and pursue it. So verse 32 says, "At the last it bites like a serpent and stings like an adder." It looked good at first, but in the end, the person given too much wine ends up in that verse 29 state that we saw a few verses ago, dealing with woe and sorrow, babbling, injuries, bloodshot eyes. At the last, when it says here in verse 32, at the last it does this, that would be talking about when that process is finished, when we've reached that state where the person has tarried long at the wine, when they are pursuing it and seeking after it. And the outcome of that addiction, of that drunkenness, can be absolutely deadly and destructive. First, he says it bites like a serpent. My son has a ball python that's a pet. It's not poisonous, it's not dangerous, but boy, it kind of hurt when it bit me the other day. Mistook my hand for a rat and took a chomp, and that was not fun, that was not pleasant. And often the outcomes of lingering long at wine or of pursuing after it simply aren't pleasant. I've never heard anybody who was real happy about their hangover. But then sometimes the outcomes are even deadly. It says it stings like an adder. Sometimes it brings death. How many homes and families have been devastated by the actions of someone who tarried long at alcohol or just had to have it? How many deaths in car wrecks or even to pedestrians? How many brawls and fights and shattered relationships can all be traced to someone who tarried long at their alcohol or just had to have a drink? And of course, the danger isn't just medical or physical or relational. We'll have to see more of those dangers in our next video. I hope this video is a help to you. If so, hit the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel for more content like it. Until next time, I hope you stay well and don't take things at their face value.